Welcome, Jai Hind, my dear students. Today we are moving to another chapter, very important for the board exam. There we can expect 10 mark question from the chapter accounting for non-profit organization or accounting for not-for-profit organization. Lot of organizations are available in our locality which are running for rendering services. Most probably, up to this, we have learned the business firms which are running only for earning profit. And we prepared the accounts of the different partnership forms, and also we have analyzed the different companies' balance sheet as well as. And in this video, you are going to watch what are the different concepts regarding the accounts preparation regarding the not-for-profit organization. First of all, we have to learn what is non-profit, not-for-profit organization. So this picture shows a lot of charitable organizations are there, which are in our locality also. These all images and logos shows the worldwide institutions which are running only for rendering service or charity. So that type of organizations are available in our locality also. A non-profit organization is a group which is organized for the purpose of social, religious, charitable, educational, athletic, literacy, political, or other such activities. So the organizations which are running for these type of purpose are known as not-for-profit organization. The people involved in the not-for-profit organization cannot use it for making their personal gain. It is only for rendering service. Their main aim is to provide service to a specific group or the public at a large. Normally, they do not manufacture or purchase or sell goods and may not have credit transaction also. So, for this type of organization, we have to prepare some accounts that is entirely different from other financial organizations which are running for profit. So, we have to learn what are the different accounts to be prepared for the non-profit organization and how it is prepared, and also the additional informations how we have to record in the proper books. Before that, we have to go to the objectives of accounting for non-profit organization. Even though they are rendering service, we have to evaluate the performance of the organization in terms of achieving goals for which they are created. So we have to identify whether the organization is running on the basis of its established objectives. So that is the primary motto of preparing accounts for the non-profit organization. We have to evaluate its performance every year. And also it helps for the judging whether these organizations are appropriating the funds with their three E's: economically, effectively, and efficiently. These type of organizations will get lot of funds from different sources, and here we are checking whether the fund is utilized very effectively for the purpose it is giving. Suppose in your locality lot of sports clubs are there, there will be a fund they are getting for the development of sports skills of the peoples of that particular locality, and they will construct building for that, they will purchase material for that, and they will get fund from the different sources, and through the accounts we can verify whether the fund coming to the organization is used very effectively, economically, and efficiently without wasting much money. And it helps to examine the compliance of rules, regulations, bylaws in the organization. This type of accounting system helps to find out whether the organization is following the accounting rules and regulations, and also they are following the bylaws for entering the transactions. And it helps for obtaining grants from the government departments. Sometimes the government will give grant for these type of charitable as well as the all or type of organization, sports club or library or any other social organization. They will get support from the government in the form of grant. Then we have to find out whether it is obtaining or not. And at that time also government will check their accounts for providing adequate amount as grant. And it helps to submit the annual report to the registrar with whom they are registered. So these type of organizations are having a RES number, So every year they have to submit its financial information, financial final accounts to the registrar. So we will get the data through that, well, the preparation of all these accounts. Remember that. And the different characteristics of non-profit organization are, first one, as we have discussed, it is formed for the purpose of providing services. And these are the organizations, and it is organized for charitable activities only. These organizations are managed by executives elected by other members in the organization. And these organizations are getting funds from donations and grants in aid from the government and other parties. And they earn a reputation in society through social welfare activities. These type of organizations are providing more socially reliable and welfare activities for the upliftment of the people in that particular locality. So this type of organization will get more reputation and goodwill in the society. So these are the features or characteristics of non-profit organization. Please keep in your mind. And next we have to go through the different accounts to be prepared along with the non-profit organization. So mainly three items are there: receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Please remember that. So a receipt and payment account is the account which is prepared to find out the financial position of the organization, like what is the available amount of cash balance or bank balance in their hand. Normally, these type of accounts are prepared like a cash book. We will record all the receipts in the debit side and all the payments in the credit side. What we are getting, what we are receiving, it will be debited. What we are paying, it will be credited. And it is prepared at the end of every accounting year on the basis of cash receipt and payments, and recorded like a cash book. And it is a summary of cash and bank transaction under various heads. We are recording all the items in the debit and credit side of this account. Receipt and payment account gives a summarized picture of various receipts and payments, irrespective of whether they pertain to the current period, previous period, or succeeding period, or whether they are of capital or revenue nature. So, based on all these points, we are recording all the transactions in the receipt and payment account. Remember, it is just like what? The cash book. So we have to learn in detail what are the different receipts coming in the debit side and what are the expenses it is involved in the receipt and payment account. So remember, it will begin with the opening balance to balance brought down, and it will include cash and bank balance of the opening year at the opening of the year. And then we will write subscription. You know very well, subscription is the amount collected from the members every month. So there will be some pending amount of the previous year that may be collected in the current year. Previous year subscription collected, it will be there. And what about the current year amount of subscription they are getting? It will be added, and some days there will be advance payment of next year's subscription also. All these values are added and noted in the amount column. Remember that. Then entrance fee, another source of revenue receipt. Subscription is also revenue receipt. Remember, receipts are classified into two categories: revenue receipt and capital receipt. Revenue receipts are of routine nature, but capital receipts are it's what incidental. When they are selling some asset, at that time they are getting what? The capital receipt. Like that. When they are selling some fixed asset also, at that time they are getting capital asset. Then donation for building is another capital receipt. General donation is revenue receipt. Life membership fee, the members are paying the amount of membership fee for the long time. For the long time means up to the end of the death of that particular person. So, life membership is a capital receipt. Legacy, you know very well, there is a possibility of providing some property at free of cost for the clubs or any other organization, some people are there those who are interested in providing this type of property, maybe a room of the building or the whole land for the construction of a new club, library, or for any other orphanages or old age homes, these type of homes. When one person is giving this type of property, then it is known as what? Legacy. Normally it will be a capital receipt. And if they are getting any grant from government, it is also recorded in the receipt side. Contribution for annual dinner. Remember that it is recorded in the debit side, receipt side. To rent, it is a revenue receipt. Receipt of annual sports material. That also come under capital receipt. Sale of all the sports material. Sale of all the sports material, capital receipt. Sale of old magazine, revenue receipt, and any other sundry receipts. If we are getting the balances, means they are showing that cash and bank credit balance, we will write it in the debit side. If the balance is not at bank, for the bank amount it is what? Bank overdraft. What we have to do? It is a negative balance, so we have to show it on the credit side of the receipt and payment accounts. That is why the by balance brought on the amount bank overdraft, it is coming under credit side. And any annual sports expenses, revenue expenditure, salary and wages, revenue expenditure, rent, rate and taxes, revenue expenditure, in payment made for insurance, revenue expenditure. But for furniture, it is capital expenditure because they are spending the amount for the purchase of furniture or book or any other equipment. That will be treated as what? Capital expenditure. And audit fee is a revenue expenditure. Small amount they are paying. Then printing and stationery, revenue expenditure. Honorarium means honorarium to secretary. That is the actual statement. Honorarium to secretary means there will be one person known as secretary to control the entire activities of the club or that library. So for his services, the organization will pay some amount that is known as honorarium. Bank charges is also a revenue expenditure. Postage and telegram, water and electricity bill, all these conveyance and all these items are coming under revenue expenditure. And sundry expenses are also coming under that category. Annual day dinner expenses. Annual day dinner expenses. It is also coming under the payment side. Then 19% investment. 19% investment. Sometimes when the firm is getting, that organization is getting some amount through different funds, for example, sports fund, they can make the investment. They can invest that amount in any bank or any other organization. So at that time, we can treat it as what? The particular item that is known as investment. We will write sports fund investment like that. After that, we are finding the balance. The balance maybe they will give for one item. If they are giving for cash, you have to find the balance for bank. So these are regarding the preparation of receipt and payment account. So please remember the format to learn the preparation. Then comes the income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. These type of non-profit organizations are not at all preparing any profit and loss account. They are not preparing any profit and loss account. So how they can find the profit or loss? So with the support of the account, income and expenditure account, they can prepare what? They can prepare the income and expenditure account and they can calculate the profit or loss. And remember, all the revenue expenditure and revenue receipts are taken from the receipt and payment account for the preparation of income and expenditure account. Just look at here in the expenditure side, the charity, tournament expenses, salary and wages of the workers, then consumables, render rate and taxes, wastage, stamp, then courier charges, telephone electricity charges, advertising, sundry expenses, or we can say miscellaneous expenses, entertainment expenses, upload field of pavilion, upkeep means updashing, maintenance of that pavilion and grass seeds, depreciation on fixed asset, then fixed assets destroyed, then loss on sale of fixed asset, loss on sale of investment. All these items are coming under fixed asset. So remember that. Then insurance premium paid, general expenses, charity show expenses, honorarium, conveyance and traveling expenses. Then comes the subscription paid for periodicals, subscription paid for the periodicals and magazines and newspapers. Audit fee or tuition fee meet for the meeting expenses. And also there comes the office expenses, repairs and rewards, expenses on Nukka drama, interest paid on loan. And the income side, a lot of items are there, like interest on general fund investment. And fees or profit of the entertainment, another receipt, income, subscription, current year value we will take here, current year value we will take here, remember, entrance fee or admission fee, interest income from investment, then miscellaneous receipts, locker rent, hall rent they are getting through the different area, general donation, sale of sports material, newspaper. Remember all the receipts which they are getting through the day-to-day activities that will be noted in the income side. Okay, and profit on sale of asset or old assets or any other item. Then government grants to aid. Government is providing grants for this organization. Sale of foodstuff. Sale of foodstuff. Lot of examples we can say during this type of season. And also profit on sports material. Receipts from the charity show. And thus we have to direct the charity show expenses. So all these items are of revenue nature. In the debit side, all the revenue expenditures are recorded, and in the credit side, all the revenue incomes are or receipts are recorded. And if the difference is coming on the debit side, that indicates surplus, like profit. And if the debit difference is coming on the credit side, that shows deficit, loss or reduction in the value of profit. So this is the format through which we are preparing the income and expenditure account for calculating the profitability of the organization. Remember that in non-for-profit organization, we are preparing only income and expenditure account for the calculation of profit or loss during that particular period. And next we have to learn how to prepare the balance sheet. You know very well, it shows the financial position of the organization, and it will include, there is no initial investment in the organization, so there will be a lot of funds they are getting, that is known as capital fund, and it will include a lot of different types of funds, and that will directly on into the capital fund to find out the total amount of capital. So there will be opening balances of capital, any surplus is there, it will be added, and any legacy amount it will be added, and also any amount of life membership fee, it's for a long period, it will be also added, and entrance fees also added, it is collected for the members' accounts, and any other type of funds like special funds, match fund, specific donations given for any purpose, endowment fund, it is like the specific fund, loan given for the outsiders, loan they are getting from outsiders or bank, like so. Income received in advance. Very important thing you have to remember: income received in advance, outstanding expense, creditors for consumables, subscription. Very important another thing: subscription received in advance, and also there is, if sometimes there will be negative value of bank, then bank overdraft. And in the asset side, as you know, cash in hand and cash at bank, fixed deposit with the bank, interest accrued on investment, interest accrued on the bank deposits, accrued income, also the playground of, especially for the sports club, prepaid expenses, general fund investment. All these items are coming under asset. Remember the names: special fund investment, interest accrued on special fund investment, stock of commodities like stationery, then like stationery or inventory, we will say advance paid to the creditors or the suppliers of the goods. You know very well who is a creditor, and they are paying some amount as advance for the collection of some material. And subscription outstanding, still we have to get some amount of subscription from its members. And a fixed asset, there you have to keep in mind some points. Fixed asset, if we will write the opening balance. Then if there is any additional asset purchased, it will be added, purchased during the year. Any item they are losing, it will be deducted. So less book value, so it will be deducted, and depreciation also deducted from. So remember, opening with the opening balance of fixed asset, additional purchased machinery will be added, and any sale of fixed asset, it will be deducted. And investment, it includes like the same. The opening value will be there, and we will add the purchased value, and we will deduct the less amount during the year. And when we find out the total, both sides will be equal. So these are the different accounts we have to prepare it along with the preparation of accounting for non-profit organization. Again, we have to learn some statements like calculation of subscription amount to be noted in the income and expenditure account, or what is the amount of stationery or any other item consumed during the year. We have to calculate through the preparation of some statement. So dear students, subscription is the important item that we have to consider for the board exam also. In the board exam, they will ask this on question for 3 marks from this area. Normally, from the chapter not for profit organization, they will ask on objective type question, on 3 mark question, and on 6 mark question. It is a pattern they are following. It will be the same, never be changing. So we have to learn thoroughly how to calculate the value of subscription. Before that, what is subscription? Subscription, that indicates the amount that is payable by the members to the organization, and it is a recurring item. Every month or every year, it will be paid by the members, and it is treated as the revenue receipt. Remember, when we prepare the income and expenditure account, in the income side, credit side, we will note the value of subscription received during the year. Sometimes there will be some outstanding items or received in advance are related to subscription. At that time, we have to open another statement like this to calculate what is the actual value to be recorded in the credit side of income and expenditure account. So what is the first one? Every time there will be three values in the debit side of receipt and payment account. Under heading subscription, previous year, current year value will be there, and next year value will be there. Previous year means which is not collected in the last year, but pending, outstanding, that amount is collected current year. And current year amount current financial year amount shows what is the amount received during the year. That we have to take here. The subscription received during the year, that we have to take first item, subscription received during the year. That is the item we have to take for first calculation. Current year amount we will write in the amount column, and we will add the outstanding subscription at the end of the year. What is the amount to be collected from the members at the end of the financial year? It will be there. You have to find whether it is outstanding at the beginning or at the end. Here we are adding outstanding subscription at the end of the year. It will be added, and also we will add prepaid or received advance of previous year amount that is received in advance. Subscription received in advance, previous year amount or beginning. At the beginning, it will be added, and just opposite, outstanding subscription at the beginning will be deducted. Prepaid or advance receipt of subscription in the current year at the end of the year, it will be deducted. So remember what are the items we will note in the statement, and after that we will get the amount of subscription to be shown in the income and expenditure account credit side. Remember, outstanding subscription at the end will be added with the current year subscription, and prepaid or received in advance at the beginning, previous year, that will be also added, and outstanding subscription at the beginning will be deducted. Why? Because why we are deducting that amount also? If there is any amount collected, if it is not collected, that full amount will be coming under the outstanding subscription at the end. That is why we are deducting the subscription outstanding at the beginning. And the amount of subscription related to prepaid or advance received in advance during the end of the year, it will be also deducted, and then we will get the amount of subscription or that to be shown in the income and expenditure account. We can prepare the statement in the form of an account also. Like this we can prepare, but I suggest better you have to follow the statement. So please note the statement only. In this form also, by taking all that items, we can prepare and we can calculate the balancing figure. That will, it is here, it is in the debit side, and when we prepare the income and expenditure account, automatically it will come to the credit side. Remember that. So that is the thing we have to remember, and it is better we have to learn by solving one problem how to prepare the subscription amount. So first problem here, the amount of subscription received during the year 50,000, and outstanding, whether it is an opening or end, it is outstanding at the end 8,000, and outstanding on opening 6,000. So what we have to do? We have to draw the format. We have to write the item first. Subscription received during the year 50,000. Then add outstanding subscription at the end of the year 8,000. Less we have to write the item outstanding subscription at the beginning of the year. So 6,000. And we will get the difference 52,000. That amount we have to show it on the income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account credit side. So this is a simple problem. Please note in your book and keep in your mind how to prepare if only the outstanding is given. Next problem include the subscription received in advance also. So they received, Mumbai Club received a subscription of rupees 1,50,000, and the subscription received on 31st March 2005. It's received in advance opening, and the subscription received at the end of the year 5,100, and outstanding subscription at the end of the year it is 3,800, and outstanding subscription at the beginning of the year 6,000. We have to calculate the value of subscription to be recorded in the credit side. So what we have to do? We have to consider the 1,50,000 first. Subscription received during the year, it will be 1,50,000. We will add the subscription end 3,800 received an advance or prepaid subscription, that we will record in the adding place 4,500. Then two items are there to be deducted. Outstanding subscription at the beginning 6,000 and prepaid or received in advance at the end 5,100. We will get the amount on like 47,200. So this value is shown on the credit side of the subscription. That amount will be shown on the income and expenditure account credit side. Remember the format for calculating, and some more items we have to find out. You know very well the item salary and outstanding, how we have to adjust. So keep in your mind how we have to prepare the statement for subscription. Like the same here also, we have to calculate the final amount of salary to be shown on the debit side of the income and expenditure account. Just look at here, the total salary amount is given 10,200 and the outstanding salary at the beginning, at the end of the year, it is 750. Prepaid salary at the beginning 1,200, outstanding salary at the beginning 900, and the prepaid salary at the end of the year 600. What we have to do? We have to add two items and deduct two items from the 10,200. Please go to the solution. Here we are adding, first we are writing the total salary 10,200 and we are adding the outstanding salary at the end of the year. Also prepaid salary or received in, salary paid in advance, that is opening year value or previous year value 1,200 less what we have to deduct outstanding salary amount at the beginning of the year and also the prepaid in advance at the end of the year. So 600, and we will get the final amount that we have to show in the expenditure side 10,650. More problems are there in your textbook. Please solve that problems and remember how to write the item related to the salary or any other rent or wages, whatever may be the item which is related to outstanding and prepaid items. And we have to learn some more items like suppose there is a consumption of some stationery or any sports material, we have to find out what is the actual value of consumption. We have to find out the actual value of consumption. At that time we have to use this format. We will record amount paid to creditors for stationery during the year first. Amount paid to the creditors. You know who is a creditor? It is related to credit transaction. So first of all, we will write the amount paid to creditors for the stationery, for the purchase of the stationery. And we will add the opening stock of stationery, closing creditors of stationery, prepaid or received in advance at the beginning. These three items we will add to, and also we will deduct closing stock of stationery, opening creditors of stationery, prepaid or received in advance at the end of the year to find the value of stationery to be shown in the income and expenditure account. In the income and expenditure account, which side? The debit side. So this format you have to keep in your mind how to prepare how to calculate the value of item consumed. Last year also CBSE asked for 3 marks from this format of question to know the consumption of stationery or any other stock or any other materials. They are asking this type of question for 3 marks. Please keep in your mind and practice well for the exam. So from that question we have to find out a simple question. Only 3 items are there. The stock of equipment opening value is there 1,000, closing it is there 1,100, and purchased during the year is 4,150. A simple problem. Here we have to find out what is the actual consumption of the cricket material. Opening value is there, closing value is there, and also what is purchased during is given. So first of all we have to write the opening value. Opening stock of the cricket material 1,000 and along with we will add the additional purchase of material. So we will get what is the total of material available in our hand, that is 5150. Then we will deduct what is the amount of stock available at the end of the year. So we will get the value of material or any other item used, cricket equipments used in the organization. So opening value will be there, additional purchase is there, we will add, and we will deduct the closing value of that particular item, maybe stationery or any other items. We will get the amount to be shown on the debit side of the income and expenditure account. So this shows the consumption, use of that particular material, how much it is used. And last problem, here we are going to learn how to find out the consumption, an amount of consumption of the sports material. Here the amount paid for the sports material during the year is given 19,000, and the sports material opening value and the closing value is there. Opening value 7,500, closing value 6,100. Creditors for sports material opening value is there, closing value is 2,600. There we have to follow the format. So we want to know the purchased value of the sports material. So total payment made for the year, it is given in the question 19,000, and less the creditors amount and the beginning of the year 2,000. So we will get the actual value of the net value of the payment made, and there with that value we have to add the creditors at the end of the year 2,600. So we will get the amount of sports material purchased. We will get the amount of sports material purchased during the year. But we want to know what is the actual amount of consumption. We want to know what is the actual amount of consumption. So like the same in the previous problem, opening stock, add purchased during the year 19,600 less the closing stock 6,400. That indicates what is the actual amount of sports material consumed during the year 20,700. So this is the way we have to find out the item that to be recorded in the debit side of income and expenditure account. My dear students, we will prepare more problems regarding the final account problems in the next class. So watch this video. If there is any confusion, also go through the textbook for finishing more problems, solve more problems to develop your skill. Thank you for watching.